sure.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you're talking about pure lizard brain activation, they're my
Sure.
choices.
I think like Nintendo games in general, again, you know, like you could say, okay, let's play some Smash together. And it takes, like, if you both suck at Smash and you start playing it together, it'll be fun. If one of you is really good, it's gonna be terrible, right? But if you both suck, it's gonna be a good time. Mario Kart, jump straight in there, you play Mario Kart, everyone understands the fundamentals immediately, off you go. But even, you know, your Mario games, like Mario Wonder, it's such a crazy game at all times, especially when those Wonder transformations happen. Like, that's so, there's so much spectacle in that. That would hold your attention. You go, oh, I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of that. Or Mario Odyssey. So I think quite a few Nintendo games would be able to do that. Like Tears of the Kingdom, you show them that jump off the top, you know, and then hand them the controller after they land on the ground. You know what I mean? Like that's a thing. I'm gonna want to push forward on that, you know. So
I'm fortunate enough to have both of my grandmothers in my life. And I know confidently that neither of them have seen a video game in 30 years because the last time they probably saw it was playing when I was a kid. So what would you guys show a grandma? Like an old Italian grandma?
The Sopranos game.
yeah,
That's racist. That's not.
yeah, the Mafia 1 remake. They're like, just like I remember. I'm Italian, so I'm allowed to do it. I got a nonna too.
Damn, I'm just Dutch.
What would you show? What would you show an old girl? Like an old.
Like I want to like brain blast them. I want.
Oh, I was thinking like I was thinking like Stray or something sweet.
All right, you're thinking of something else, like show them like Thumper or something. Some fucking
you're thinking
scary ass rhythm game. They're just like flying down some chute, left and right. Yeah.
Hellblade 2.
Oh god.
Ooh, that would.
There's a woman on the screen. She lives in the TV.
So actually,
She's got voices in her head.
so shout out to so a friend of mine, Gav Murphy. He recently lost his nan, but he used to work for CVG in the UK, and he had a video series called Gamer Gran, where he would get his gran to review games. And the big bar for quality, the Gamer Gran was, is it better than Star Trek? And it was never better than Star Trek.
I love that.
So weird.
That is it. That's it. That's why all the executives want the IP, man. They know what works. Star Trek.
Well, she also used to, every time he would show her something, like he would show her Hotline Miami, and she would go, she's a lovely Welsh woman, she'd be like, did you make that? You make that, Gavin? She's just like, no.
That's so wholesome. All right, well, Taylor R., thank you for the question. That was a good one.
Question.
Next up, let's move on over to our conversation with some former Game Informer folks. We got Alex Van Aken, Marcus Stewart, and Brian Shea. We're thankful for their time, so let's just jump into this. Marcus, Brian, Alex, thank you guys for being here. The circumstances are certainly unfortunate, but we definitely wanted to get your insight as to everything going on, how you guys are feeling. Game Informer is a magazine that we all have been fans of. And I say all, I don't just mean the podcast, like most gamers. It's been around for, it was a 33-year run. Is that correct? Yeah, so this kind of made waves, and we thought this was a good time to check in. Brian, how are things on your end?
You know, it's sad to see such an amazing era of my life and my career end. You know, I loved working with the people on this call as well as the other people who are not on this call. Like, it was just a fantastic team that we had, and you know, I've been at Game Informer since 2015, so it's, you know, almost a decade. Like, I was at 9 years and 8 months, and I was like, man, it would be so cool if I could just make it to a decade. So it was kind of a bummer in that regard, but you know, it sucks because, you know, not only am I out of a job and I'm out of, you know, working with the amazing people that I've worked with for the past several years, but also my favorite magazine and website no longer exist, and that is like extra insult to the already devastating news that we got on Friday.
Yeah, that leads me to the status of some of the stuff you guys have worked on. Like Alex, are videos still accessible as